Hey everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling a problem that trips up so many of us and causes some serious creative anxiety. Have you ever stood in an art supplies store, staring at a wall of pens, and just felt your brain start to overheat? That feeling of option paralysis is real. Or maybe you bought a gorgeous coloring book only to have your new, expensive pen ghost on you after 2 seconds. It's the worst. And I bet your wallet has shed a tear or two over supplies that just didn't work out. But even after all that, your creative soul is still yelling, "I gotta make pretty things." So today, our mission is simple. We're going to use this amazing guide I found, hilariously called "Choosing a Pen is like swiping right," to pull out all the essential info you need. We're gonna help you make those pretty things without the hassle and the crying bank account. Think of this as an intervention for your art stash. Choosing a pen or pencil seems so basic, but there's a surprising amount going on under the surface. Understanding their quirks can seriously change your creative game and lead to some real aha moments. So, where do we start? The guide lays it out perfectly. The most fundamental choice you have to make is between dry media versus wet media. Let's start with dry media. Think colored pencils and pastels. The guide calls these your chill, low-commitment friend. Why low commitment? Because they offer an amazing real-life undo button. You can erase and layer over mistakes, which gives you this incredible sense of security. It's a safety net for your art. On the other side, you have wet media. This is your passionate, high-commitment relationship. Think markers and watercolors. The guide puts it bluntly. Once it's on the paper, it's forever. And maybe more importantly, they tend to bleed their feelings everywhere. Knowing this difference is huge. It's about matching the tool to your personality or even just your mood for the day. If you're feeling experimental and want the freedom to mess around, go dry. The high forgiveness is perfect for that. But if you're feeling confident and want something bold and permanent, the commitment of wet media can actually feel liberating. All right, let's dive deeper into the specifics, starting with the OG sidekick, colored pencils. Everyone starts here, but don't let their simplicity fool you. They have hidden depths. The great debate within the world of pencils is wax-based versus oil-based. Wax-based pencils live by the motto, "Go bold or go home." They have a softer core, which lets them lay down super saturated colors, and they blend like an absolute dream. The guide compares it to putting an Instagram filter on reality and calls them the extrovert of the pencil world. Then you have the oil-based pencils. Their motto is, "The details aren't just details, they are the design." These are for the perfectionists. They have a harder core, which allows for incredibly sharp, precise lines and a clean finish. The guide calls them the classic introvert. So this isn't just a minor preference, it completely changes what you can create. If you want soft, dreamy backgrounds, wax is your friend. But if you're working on fine details, like individual hairs or sharp architectural lines, the control of an oil-based pencil is exactly what you need. Next up, markers, the efficiency cheat code. These are for the productivity gurus, or anyone who loves the instant gratification of one-stroke coverage. Here, the main choice is alcohol-based versus water-based. Alcohol-based markers are what the guide labels the pay-to-win pros. They offer incredible, almost magical blending for seamless, professional-looking transitions. But, and it's a big but, they treat paper like a vampire treats a blood bank. They bleed a lot. You absolutely have to put scrap paper underneath your page to protect the next sheet and your table. Also, because of the fumes, you definitely want to be in a well-ventilated space. The alternative is water-based markers, the free-to-play casuals. They're much gentler, have no harsh fumes, and barely bleed. The guide calls them a true pacifist, much kinder to your paper and your nose. Now, let's talk about the special guest stars, the bling bringers. First are gel pens, the sparkle slingers. Their superpower is curing boring art. Just one little dot or a single metallic line can give your piece instant main character energy. Then we have pastels, also known as the vibe setter. These are the lazy artist's secret weapon. You You can just scribble some color down, smudge it with your finger, and instantly create a dreamy atmospheric background like fog or soft clouds. These sidekicks are amazing for adding textures and effects that you just can't get with flat color, giving you way more tools in your creative toolkit. Okay, I know this is still a lot of information, so how do you actually choose? This is where the guide's ultimate tool throwdown comes in. It's a stat sheet that compares everything across 3 key metrics. Metric number 1, forgiveness level. How easy is it to fix mistakes? Colored pencils, 5 out of 5, maximum forgiveness. Markers and sidekicks, 3 out of 5, less forgiving. Metric number 2, vibrancy. How much do the colors pop? Markers, 5 out of 5, the clear winner for bright, bold color. Pencils and sidekicks, 3 out of 5, a moderate vibrancy. Metric number 3, paper snobbery. How picky is the tool about paper? Markers, 5 out of 5, the biggest snobs. They demand thick, high-quality paper. Colored pencils, 1 out of 5, the least snobby. They work on pretty much anything. Sidekicks, 3 out of 5, moderately picky. Seeing it laid out like this really clarifies the trade-offs. If you need to erase, pencils are your best bet. If you need eye-pop and color, markers are worth the hassle. If you're on a budget, the low paper snobbery of pencils is a huge win. So after all that, what's the final recommendation? If you're totally lost, where should you start? The guide is definitive. Start with colored pencils. There are 3 solid reasons. First, the zero-stress start. With the highest forgiveness level, mistakes are no big deal. Second, they're super versatile. With both wax and oil options, you can explore a huge range of styles. And third, they're budget-friendly. You can find sets that cost as little as lunch money, so you can jump in wherever you're comfortable. It's just a smart, gentle way to begin your creative journey. You can dip your toes in before diving into the deep end with the more demanding, high-commitment tools. It's amazing how these simple choices have so much depth, and the guide leaves us with a final, provocative thought. If choosing a pen is like swiping right, what does committing to a forever medium like markers say about the art you want to make? And what does relying on that undo button of pencils reveal about your willingness to experiment and learn through trial and error? It's definitely something to chew on. How does your choice of art supply mirror how you approach other things in life? Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive. I hope it helps you go out and make lots of pretty things. Keep exploring, keep creating, and have fun with it. I'll see you next time.